highest decoration. And as it happens, the award was draped around his neck by another Eagle Scout, New York's mayor at the time, Michael Bloomberg. These men, Jim Lavelle, Steven Spielberg, Gerald Ford, Scott Strauss, they did the same things that George, John, Jeffrey, and Michael did in their scouting years. They were sleeping in tents, climbing mountains, learning first aid, and helping others. They were becoming leaders. Regardless of his specialty, the Eagle Scout is a special person. This is going to be fun with this crowd. Will all Eagle Scouts in attendance please stand and be recognized? I love the video. Please introduce yourself and tell us when and where you earned your Eagle. Why don't we start over here in the front of the room and just work our way to the back. If you would, please.
Charles Suplin, February 7th, 1992 in Boston, Massachusetts.
Chris Potts, May of 1980, Troop 507, Winchester, Mass.
Eric Gordon, 1972, Troop 6, Lowell, Mass.
George Biden, 1978, Swamscott, Mass.
Andrew Barden, March 10th, 2010,
Daniel Xavier, June 8th, 2011, Gloucester, Massachusetts. Justice St. Louis, November 1st, 2012, 270.
Bernie Morrison, Troop 3, Lowell, Mass. October 17th, 2000.
George Harris, Troop 80, Drake, Mass. 1982.
Christopher Breton, Troop 80, Drake, Mass. June 26th, 2008.
George Barlow, Troop 41, Merrimack, Mass. June 2013.
David St. Louis, Troop 7, 225, Lowell, Mass. January 1990.
Brian Eckerkamp, October 2013, Wilmington, Massachusetts.
Alan Barlow, Troop 41, Merrimack, Mass. March 2013.
Zach Shepard, Troop 74, Chelmsford, April 11th, 2011.
Jeffrey Warren, December 12th, 2015, Troop 76, Andover.
Eric Stevens, Troop 157, 1981, June.
Favorite Hurst, Troop 735, 1993, Ray Skorczynski, August 14th, 1978, Oakland, Wisconsin, Troop 113.
Eric Litz, July 2012, Troop 76, Tyler.
Devin Witt, Troop 76, Andover, Battleville, 2015. Steve Hathaway, Troop 119, New Massachusetts, October 25.
Mario Ranieri, July 1985, Troop 19, Wayne, Massachusetts.
Ed Hunt, Troop 7, North Haven, 1978.
Craig Milligan, 1988, Troop 76, Ballardvale, capital of Andover.
Did we get everyone? Thank you, gentlemen. By my count, there were 28 Eagles in the room, and I'll make 29. I'll wrap this up by reintroducing myself. I'm Tom Davis. My Eagle pin was awarded in April of 1979. My hat is off to those of you who remember the day. I was pretty happy to remember the month. I was a proud member of Troop 920 in Houston, Texas. I hope the stories and statistics I've shared have helped you to understand the lasting impact scouting can have, as well as the special significance of the Eagle Scout rank. And I trust you can look at the many Eagle Scouts in the room who just introduced themselves as living, breathing evidence to support my claim. George, John, Jeff, and Michael are joining the community of Eagle Scouts today, and we're glad to have them. I'd like to close by reminding them and you that their achievement was not a solo effort. Far from it. They made it here today through hard work and perseverance on their own, for sure, but also with amazing support from their family, friends, teachers, their scouting leaders, and from their fellow scouts, and from each other. We all can and should take pride as we celebrate their achievements today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Will the parents of the Eagle Scouts please come to the front? Will the Eagle Scout candidates please join their parents? Mr. Ray Morrison, Eagle Scout and Pennacook Lodge Advisor, will present the Eagle Charge to all.
Jeff, George, Michael, and John, I have the honor of giving you the Eagle Scout Charge on the occasion of the elevation to the highest rank in Scouting. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most meaningful and significant moments in the world's history, and you have been counted worthy of this higher rank in its membership. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As Eagle Scouts, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to fellow Scouts, and to humanity. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourselves and your brother Scouts. When you fail, you bring down by so much of the good name of all true and worthy Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts. It is thanks to your country and to God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend, for the most part, on the character and leadership abilities of the nation's citizens. You are to help America in all that is needed most. Your country has a great past. You are here to help make the future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow citizens. Remember, good is never good enough. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to the finest living. We have too many who use their strength and knowledge to exploit others and gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. And whatever others may do, you will leave behind a record for which every Scout may be proud. Eagle Scout candidates, I charge you to enter the Eagle Scout Brotherhood, holding without reservation ever before you the ideals of honor and service. By repetition of the Eagle Scout oath before your fellow Scouts, you will become an Eagle Scout. Though the words you may use may be similar to those by which you joined Scouting, today they will mean more than they ever could have meant at any time in the past. When you pledge yourself in your sacred honor, you'll be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of Eagle Scout, with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Potts will now present the Eagle Oath to each Scout.
I, Jeffrey Bicknell,
I, Jeffrey Bicknell,
affirm my allegiance
affirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations
the obligations
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example.
In my status
In my status
and my influence,
and my influence,
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and better citizenship
and better citizenship.
in my troop,
In my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
I, George Nicolakakis,
I, George Nicolakakis,
affirm my allegiance
affirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations
the obligations
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example
in my status
and my status
and my influence.
and my influence.
Count strongly for better scouting
Count strongly for better scouting
and better for citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
I, Michael Potts,
Michael Paz,
affirm my allegiance
for my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to be one of the Scout Oath,
I thoughtfully recognize
body recognized,
and take upon myself
take upon myself
the obligations
obligation,
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
be body of the Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
I'll do my best
to make my training an example
to be my example,
in my status
my status,
and my influence.
influence,
Count strongly for better scouting
upon best scouting,
in my troop
my troop,
and in my community
community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and talk with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this by my sacred honor.
I, John Quattrochi,
I, John Quattrochi,
affirm my allegiance
affirm my
to
allegiance
the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations
the obligations
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will do my best
I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example
in my status
and my status
and my influence.
and my influence.
Count strongly for better scouting
Count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship
and for better citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Parents will now pin the Eagle badge on their sons. pin the mother's pins. Don't worry, we have plenty of scouts trained in first aid.